In this video, I want to talk about Faction Wars. I want to talk about a brand new Faction Wars challenge I'm creating, how you can win $50 straight out of my pocket by playing Faction Wars, and then at the end, maybe I will beat my first ever stage 21 on this new account. In the Faction Wars, we'll head into the Dwarves and see if I can't beat that 21st and final stage. So what am I talking about? Well, Faction Wars is a key game mode in Raid Shadow Legends, and as you guys can see, I'm doing pretty well for my newish account, but I really feel like I'm underperforming. I'm at 440 stars at a 455, nowhere close to the 945 needed for Lydia. I'm here on my account on day, 68? Something like that? 69. Beautiful. Day 69 here on this account, so just over 2 months. And actually, very recently, I put out 2 videos doing some sort of 2-month check-in. So I filmed them both a couple days ago, if not like a week ago, but I had my 2-month progress check-in. I guess it was 4 days ago. I did this on day 65. So this is my own accounting and review of how I was performing in the game. And then the day after that, I did a collaboration with Colred in which he also gave his thoughts and he reviewed some of my best builds and he let me know if they were good or they kind of sucked. It was really fun, so definitely go check out that video. But a big thing I had going into these videos, a big thought I had that I then talked about in this video and then Colred was sure to talk about in this, is that I was underperforming in the Faction Wars. And if you don't know, Colred's kind of the patron saint, at least as I see it, of the Faction Wars. He swears by it. And this is something I kind of took my foot off the gas on. So I want to step up to the plate. I want to do the Faction War challenge. I want to take Colred's challenge saying, hey man, get your act together and let's formalize it into something a lot of fun. So basically, this video will come out on April 15th. Starting on that day, everyone will have exactly 20 days to go and push for as many new stars as possible in Faction Wars. This is going to end on Cinco de Mayo, 5/5. It's pretty easy because Americans and non-Americans alike will understand that. Doesn't matter if you put the day first or the month first if they're both 5. But at that time, at game reset on Cinco de Mayo at 5/5, it will end. And whichever player has earned the most new stars will win $50 cash out of my pocket. So I can go and buy you something in game. I can Venmo you $50. I can PayPal you. I can go on Wise. Whatever you want. You'll be the proud owner of $50 new courtesy of this guy right here.
I'm ready.
No, you ain't.
To track your progress, I've made a new channel on my Discord, the Fast and the Fastidious. I want to shout out my Discord really quickly. You'll find the link in the description and also put in the top pinned comment. But it's a pretty darn big Discord, you know. I'm just getting started again in Raid Shadow Legends. You can see behind me, we just passed 8,000 members and pretty solid. A lot of those new members are actually coming from Raid. So our Raid content is ever growing, both on YouTube and also on the Discord right here, the Fast and Fastidious. And if you scroll down to the Raid section, you can go here. We've got our Raid chat, Raid help, and now the Faction War challenge. So as I mentioned before, I'll just read it again just to drive it home. Whichever player earns the most new Faction War stars over the duration of the challenge wins $50 cash straight out of my pocket. The challenge will end on Cinco de Mayo 5/5 at 8 p.m. Eastern, aka game reset. So adjust for yourself accordingly, right? If you live in the EU, if you're Central European time, that will be 2 a.m. on the 6th of May. For me, I live in America in Mountain Time, so I'm 2 hours behind that. It will be 6 p.m. that night for me on Cinco de Mayo. So make that temporal calculation for yourself. You know when it ends now. When does it start? The second this video goes live, it will have started. And you can already just go and post your initial Faction War stars. So you need to make a post by April the 19th. I wrote this American style, 19th of April. You got to do that by game reset. So by the time this video comes out, it will be in about exactly 4 days or 96 hours. You can post your initial check-in. That's important so we have a baseline. We can't know how many new stars you have earned if we don't know how many stars you had at the outset of the challenge. So simply put, you can go here, take a little screenshot of where you're at. So I'll do like Faction Wars like this. Let me also move myself back to the corner and you can just go there and paste it. So I'll do like, write your IGN. For me, that's going to be Fastidious, Raid Shadow Legends, and then there you go. So that is my check-in, right? So I'm at 440 stars, and I have got a little over 20 days to try to get that as high as possible. So like I said, at the end of this, my best faction by a mile is the Dwarves. It is live right now, and I am on stage 21. So at the very end of this video, I'm going to go in here and try to beat it. However, right now, I want to just zoom out and talk about why no, Colred is not a madman. Yes, I am an idiot. Ignoring faction wars is a big mistake. So briefly, why did I ignore it? When you make a new account, a young account, you don't have such a full roster. Obviously, my roster's been filling out lately, but it's not like I've got all these legendaries, all these epics. A lot of factions are just kind of barren. A good example of that for me on my account would be my Bannerlords. I just don't have Bannerlords. You can see I've only ever pulled one epic. It's Arndolf, who's kind of like a support crowd control guy, and I have almost no rares either. Like Denid's great, Valerie will have use, Vanguard not so good, Preserver not so good. It's just kind of tough at the beginning. So it's easy to just say, do I really want that crap, or do I just want to move on with my life? You know, do I want to prioritize this when I really can't perform well, or do I just want to focus on other things? As much as I did that, and I think a lot of you might want to do that, it is a pretty major mistake. Because Faction Wars has a lot of important resources that you kind of can't get elsewhere, right? Perception is one of the best sets in the game, and these resources only come from farming Faction Wars. Similarly, Resilience, it's the same story. Not nearly as potent as Perception over here with the essentially accuracy set and then 5/12 of a speed set. I mean, this is so valuable even deep into the late and end game. But Resilience has its role, and at the end of the day, even if you don't like the set, right? Let's craft a 10 pull of Resilience. I'm not going to do a full cleanse right now, but these always come with some trash. That only costs me how much? Well, let me do a quick sell off here. You just find a piece, and if it's not good enough, you just sell it. That's not really what I'm looking for on my account right now, though the piece is not that bad. That piece is pretty good. And look at this. Every time we're selling, that one's actually kind of solid too. Trash, flat stat there, HP. That's 33,750 silver right back in my pocket. That one's pretty solid. So is that one. We actually got some good pieces here. That one I can at least keep for a minute. This one, no, right? Crit damage with no good substats. 6-star, that's 45,900. So it's a great way to raise silver. So as good as these sets can be, in particular Perception, there's so much value here in crafting and then selling off. So right there, I'll do a fuller cleanse and I'll actually end up making a profit. It's like 100 to craft, and usually you're going to sell 3 to 5, 6 pieces. Later on, it's a lot more than that. You know, you're raising some kind of net gain of 10,000 to 80 or 90,000 silver, with each 10 craft. And that's really, really important. On top of that, if you care about swift parry and deflection, that is a nice thing, and you can use the resources there. I really think the main thing is get your Perception gear because it's so good. Maybe you get a couple god tier Resilience pieces you're going to use. But outside of that, for all the bad stuff you get, you can sell off and raise a lot of silver. The biggest thing, though, for me, whether it should be or not, the thing that kind of woke me up and I'm like, wow, I'm kind of an idiot, is glyphs are just so important. So if you don't know, glyphs allow you to get a little bonus level up to stats, substats, secondary stats on a piece of gear. So you see the +2 here next to speed, the +6 next to accuracy, +7 next to resistance. And glyphs come at different star levels, and the higher the star level, the better the boost they can give you, right? So I actually don't have too many low level gifts here. Let me find something. This should be pretty solid. So you can see here these attack percentage glyphs. If I put on a 5-star glyph, it can be anywhere from 1% to 5% extra I'm getting. So on this crappy little piece here, if I got the 5%, I would more than double this secondary substat roll of attack percentage at 4%. However, the 1-star, the low star value glyph, just locked in at 1%. There's a lot of variance as well with some of the other stats, you know, the non-percentage based ones. So if we look at resistance here, 1-star, the range is just 1 to 2 extra resistance. Great. But if we've got a 5-star one, it's 5 to 10. I mean, that is remarkably more powerful. And these can take your gear to another level, especially early on when you only have a couple great pieces of gear. You want those elevated to their utmost, right? So let me actually see. What would be a great piece to show you? Here you go. So this is maybe the best piece on my account. Ignore all the other stuff, but it's an accuracy banner with great speed rolls, and I got an accuracy enhancement, and it's a set that one piece is giving accuracy. Great, right? So this is one I wanted to put big glyphs into, and look at the level up. I got 3 extra speed, 4% extra defense, 5% extra attack, and then a little flat HP. It's really nice, and you want as many of these good glyphs as possible because they can always roll poorly as well. And these glyphs obviously drop from Faction Wars. So I've been going through my glyphs. So many of them have come from like the Forge Pass and things like that, and I've realized I'm getting slowly tapped out, and I want a heavy supply of this stuff. When you farm the higher stages of Faction Wars, the glyph quality goes through the roof. So at stage 1 through 3, you're only getting 1-star glyphs. Then you start getting the range of 1 to 2 star from 4 to 6. From stage 7 to stage 9, it's 1 to 3. And then finally at stage 10, 1-star glyphs are a thing of the past. So already a nice market improvement. It only improves and improves and improves. And then finally, once you get to stage 20 and 21, you are getting at worst a 4-star glyph, and it's going all the way up to a 6-star glyph. I mean, that is so, so good. If you can get just to stage 18 in all the faction wars, obviously eventually you want to clear all of it to get the phenomenal Lydia, who I'll talk about her in just a minute. But if you can just, get to stage 18 and be getting a steady supply of 6-star glyphs, you will see a huge boost to your count. So I feel like a fool for neglecting this. I'm missing out on beautiful perception gear, maybe a couple cute pieces of resilience gear, and then of course tons of glyphs and tons of extra silver. Let's zoom out one final step further. This challenge will end on Cinco de Mayo, May the 5th at game reset. However, I want this to catapult my account specifically into a future where I heavily prioritize faction wars. Obviously, when it comes to factions like my Bannerlords, I showed you that earlier, they suck, so I can only prioritize it so much. Maybe we'll save that till the end or till I pull something special, maybe when I'm getting towards that end. But when I've got a half-decent faction, and certainly a great faction like I do with Dwarves, as you'll see in a second, I want to keep pushing. Because Lydia is such a dream prize. If you guys don't know, the first time I ever made content many years ago, back in 2021, was in Raid Shadow Legends. I did a fully free-to-play account for 11 months, and my goal was to get Lydia in less than a year. That was before free gear removal. That was before gear ascension. That was before relics. That was before 9-piece sets. It goes on and on. So it was a hard thing to do, and I did get it done in just over 11 months. All the videos are on YouTube on my other channel. You can go check it out. I think it was something like 350 days. So, towards the end there, but we got it in under a year. And now I'm back in Raid. I'm on a new account. I'm spending a little, so that ought to help. And on top of that, it's just a lot easier to push this stuff, right? You also have area bonuses that you get from doing live arena. All this stuff is new. So I'm going to loosely set the goal for myself. We'll see if it's possible. I would like to get Lydia in 6 months. So that would be like the first or second week of September. I would like to go ahead and get Lydia. Can I do it? I don't know, but let's find out. It's all going to start here with the Faction War Challenge. Thank you to Cole Red for inspiring this idea. Informally, we will call it the Cole Red Challenge. I'll put a link to Cole Red's channel in the description as well. So yeah, if you want to sign up, be sure to post your current progress. You have until April 19th, and it will run until Cinco de Mayo, May 5th, 5/5. Without further ado, let's see if I can get my first 3 stars towards this challenge. I'm going to do the Dwarf Crypt right now. I'm not going to do live commentary on this or anything. I'll show you the team very quickly, but I think this might be like a 12-minute fight. So we'll just put this on like 4x speed so you can follow along or just skip to the end, and we'll see if we can take this boss down. You'll see, though, Dwarves are my best faction. I pulled on a Dwarves summoning pool. I've got a lot of lucky stuff. Outside of that pool, I pulled a very, very cheeky... Outside of that prism pool, that summoning pool, I pulled a very cheeky Molly, one of only 3 legendary champions in the entire game I ever pulled. And actually, there is another one I've pulled. He's in the sparring pit right behind me here, but that's Samar Gemkers. He was from a prism pull, but yeah, I'm not using him here. I don't think we need him. We're going to go with Molly for the revives and the crowd control. We got Melga for extra revives and support and healing. We got Morag, who I did pull in that Prism session, and then I also got for free from the Polarium Play Point program. I actually got Geomancer twice from that Prism pool way back when, and then I pulled them again from a different Prism pool, and then finally, one of only 3 Void Epics I've ever pulled is Dazdirk, and he's just phenomenal. You can see 4 of these guys happen to already be at 6 stars. We've got a couple Smaring Soul Awakenings, 1 star, 1 star, 1 star, 2 star. Molly's got nothing, and then most of these guys are maxed out. Melga obviously not even at level 50, and she's only 5 stars, only 4 stars of Ascension, and then just the 1 Awakening, the 1 red star. Molly, we'll see what we can do. Most of these guys are fully skilled. These 3 are. A little bit of skill ups in Molly, and then nothing over here in Melga. Let's see if we can't do it. I'm going to make myself real small. We'll focus on the battle. We'll speed this up, and maybe right now I will finish my first faction. See you in a sec. All right, my 2 revivers just died. I'm gonna restart. We're gonna 15x this to get back to this part. Give me one moment. All right, we're back at the boss. I've been chipping away just for a second. Gonna just try to control the healing because my Melga's not skilled up at all, so the cooldowns are brutal. And I'm gonna try to control the cleansing and the healing from Dazzler to when Melga and or Molly really need it. And yeah, I don't know. Wish me luck. I think I might be screwed. My Molly just really isn't built enough. Might have to leave these on the table till I do it tomorrow. But you guys can catch it in the update on the Discord. I think Molly might, Melga might survive long enough to do the revive, but we're killing too fast, and I don't think I can slow this down much. I guess I won't do any of the increase attack or the turn boosting. All right, now we're getting a hit there on Morag. All right, let's try to just chip away with the A1s and see if we can't make it around. But Morag hits too hard. Her A1 hits too hard. Let's heal up. I think I'm just going to miss the cooldown, so she's 2 away now. It looks like they're targeting Geo. We don't mind that. Perfect. I'm going to save the A3. One, because I'm on True Fear, but I actually found that allows us a little bit of turn meter manipulation. Actually, will be a little less damage, too. He survived. Perfect. Come on, come on, come on. Line it up. Stick with the A1. Oh, my God. Morag's going to get the kill. Oh, my God. 2 turns of cooldown. All right, I'm going to go for the clear here, and I'll pick up the 3rd star off camera. I think I'm just going to have to RNG it when it lines up right. Yeah, I'm going to get the kill too fast. This guy doesn't heal up or anything. Oh, maybe. Which is going to hit harder? This might not hit as hard. Oh my God, it hits so hard. We're toast. Missed it by 1 cooldown. If I had 1 skill up in Melga, we would go right here. I'd do this, and then Morag would get the kill. Alas. Well, at least we beat our first 21. That's cool. But no 3 stars, but that will come. I got 4 more keys, and actually I'll get the bonus 6 or whatever. So I'll get this done today off camera. But, you know, there we go. My first star, extra star. Right, we cashed in at the start of the challenge at 440. Now we're at 441, so I've got 1 star in the right direction. Thank you guys very much for watching. Let me know if you're excited about the challenge. You know, a lot of people might not sign up for this, so extra incentive for you to do it. You'll have a better chance than typical to win a little prize money. So, yeah, guys, Faction Wars, I'm going to make it a top priority. Thank you so much for watching. I am stepping up to the plate for Cole Red's challenge, whether he intentionally meant to challenge me or not. I reached out to him and let him know I was going to do this. So let me do my best, and I hope you guys do your best too. Share with your mother. I've been Fastidious, and I'll see you real soon. Bye.
Fastidious.